There's no easy way to say this. Guess I'll say it too.
So reskinning time again today. So what I'm doing is I'm reskinning my 14x6 Q Drumco copper plate snare. Here we go. So I'm going to show you what the inside looks like from this. So hang on, oh, do that. Right, so we're going to be replacing this with another Code Sterling head. Now I'm just going to show you inside the drum. You can have a look again. Q's signature riveting. Got a pure sound EQ snare wire on there. Trick throw off. And I don't even know what you call the lugs. I mean, they're definitely like, you know, Ludwig style clamshell ones. But it's kind of, say, off-center lugs. I don't know what you want to call them. But die-cast hoops. So now the reason why I love the Code Sterling, I'm going to show you. It's a very London Drumstick Company dampening pad, which is great. Hey, come off. There we go. Is yeah, it's double ply. You see reverse dot, donut, whatever you want to call it. But it's double ply. Like I said, the aerospace grade aluminium core, and I said the grip tight technology. So basically, the head just doesn't move at all from the core. Retains its tuning. Like I said, very well. You can see there sort of reverse dot. Obviously if I hold it up to the light. But yeah, you can see kind of. So have I stuck within the circle? More or less, sort of off centre slightly. But it's a great head. Like I said, it's my favourite snare head. I think that's what I first went with actually. Was the Sterling. And like I said, they're just great heads. Tune, like I said, really easily. Basically, but also underneath the aerospace aluminium core, there's basically polymer membrane, which is basically crimped fully around the aerospace grade steel core. Did I say aluminium? Apologies. So yeah, and it's just great. Deep embossed knurling, which basically it guarantees a firm grip on the head. Yeah, my favourite. So there we go. There's another bit of a sort of a equipment review. Enjoy. Right, so the Code Sterling's on. What I've done is the Code Genetic. I've cranked that right up. You can sort of hear it. And maybe that side sounds a bit lower, but I can sort that out. But basically, your resonant head always needs to be higher than your batter head. It's just, you know, how tuning is. Let's see. Sounds pretty similar. Yeah, so that always has to be higher than your batter. One thing I've also learned as well, it's something called the snare buzz, where basically someone in the band, you know, maybe you're not playing on the snare, you're doing a tom fill or something, or, you know, the bass guitar's making a real, you know, massive rumble or whatever, and then that snare wire just really kind of fizzes as such. It just really annoys me. I don't think you can eliminate it totally, but a famous drummer once told me, if the frequency of your resonant snare head is the same frequency as your resonant rack tom head, and it could be, you know, 0.5 or 0.1 of a hertz either side, you know, it can make all the difference. So I said you can probably never eliminate it, but using these pure sound EQ wires, so lesser strands, that makes a big difference. So let's give it a whack, shall we, without the tone adapters that I use. So some might say that's out of tune, but what I've done is I've cranked that right up to kind of bed the head in. You hear it crack, which is fine. Then I've opposites, so I've kept, say that in, you know, those all the same tune, skipped, detuned, same tuning, detuned, same tuning, you know, all the way around. Just give it a unique sound, I guess, because basically you can tune a drum however you want, but I think you can generally tell if it sounds off. So I mean, probably one or two lugs are maybe a bit off, you know, but like I said, I've intentionally skipped. So let's see what it sounds like with the trick throw off on. So what I've done, I kind of have the snare wire quite loose, you know, so I mean, if I tilt it, let's have a look, because obviously snare wire, so listen to this. Bit of fizz, especially when you're doing snare rolls, it just sounds really nice, you know. And I'll whack the older Code, the thinner Code tone adapter on. 1 second. Right, here we go. And then listen to this. Listen to the difference this makes. see it's brighter with the tone adapter off and with the tone adapter on. It doesn't kill the tone, it just reduces, you know, just reduces the overtones, or the unwanted overtones and such. But I think that sounds pretty fat, I think, even though it's high pitched, got a nice sort of thickness to it. So yeah, that's my snare head reskinning done. If you've got, you know, any drummers out there, if you've got any questions that you want to ask about drums, you know, how to tune or whatever, what head to use, just give me a shout and I'll happily give you my advice. Cheers.